रुचिरमर्त्यरूपमयि धारयन् दृश्यते सकलयोगिनां मनसि भावये रमणदेशिकम् मौनतत्त्वरसबोधकं रहसि मोदमानवपुषं परम् मानरोषरिपुदाहकं मनसि भावये रमणदेशिकम् काव्यकण्ठकविसूरिणा स्तुतिभिरीशसूनुरिति घोषितम् शोणशैलतटवासिनं मनसि भावये रमणदेशिकम् भासते हृदयमण्डले महितबोधभानुरिह साम्प्रतम् मोहरूपघनमार्जकं मनसि भावये रमणदेशिकम् मोहरूपघनमार्जकं मनसि भावये रमणदेशिकं मनसि भावये रमणदेशिकम् शांति दुर्गास्तवः पेज 118 श्रीमच्छङ्करवामभागविलसन् बालेन्दुचूडां शिवां कल्पान्तानलकोपतापशमनीं आनन्दचन्द्रोदयाम् श्यामां कामकलाविनोदविभवाम् आद्यां कलारूपिणीं वीणावाद्यविचक्षणां भगवतीम् ईडे जगन्मोहिनीम् साङ्गोपाङ्गषडङ्गवेदविदिताम् अल्पाक्षसञ्चारिणीं चिद्धामाग्रगुहाप्रचाररसिकाम् अध्यात्मविद्याकृतिम् अन्तर्मानसमन्थनेन जनिताम् ईडे चिदूष्मान्तरीम् एकां चन्द्रविशालचूडहृदये राराजमानां शिवाम् भूम्याद्यष्टसखी विलोलरसभृत् रासां रमावल्लभाम् बाह्यालोकन तत्परेषु विलसत् कर्मादिपाशत्रयाम् योगेनान्तरभूमिकासु विकसत् काञ्चिन्मयूखावलिम् भक्त्याराधितमानसान्तरचरीम् एकां पराख्यां भजे द्रोणीभूतश्रुतिप्रभान्तरचरीम् एकाक्षरार्थां महा वाणीभूतविशालधाम विकसत् ह्रीङ्कारमन्त्रात्मिकाम् मौनीभूतमहामहेशहृदये मौनोपदेशाङ्किताम् वाणीं वाक्यविलक्षणाम् अतिमहावाक्यार्थरूपां भजे नीलग्रीवहृदङ्गमञ्जशयनीम् आनन्दशृङ्गारिणीम् माध्वीपानमहाविलासरसने रासप्रदां योगिनीम् ब्रह्मानन्दरसानुभूतिविगलत् काञ्चिद्रसार्द्रापगाम् नित्योल्लासकलायमानलहरीम् ईशार्धदेहां भजे सल्लापेन सदा हृदात्मरमणाम् आद्योपदिष्टार्थगाम् सल्लाभेन सदा हृदन्तरमणीम् एकात्मयोगस्थिताम् चिल्लाभादृतबोधभानुकिरणाम् एकान्तहृत्पद्मगाम् मल्लाभां शिवनिर्वृतार्थविभवाम् ईडे महावैभवाम् सद्यो जातसमाधिजातलहरीम् आद्यां चिदानन्दजाम् सत्यार्थान्तरदृष्टदेशिकगिरा जाज्वल्यमानां धियम् सम्बुद्ध्यात्मनिरूढयोगजबलात् सम्पश्यमानां भजे शान्त्या युक्तभवान्तरान्तरचरीम् अस्मज्जगन्नायकीम् स्वात्मानन्दपदप्रकाशतिमिर प्रध्वंसकं यन्मः श्रौतीमस्तकभक्तिभावितमः सिन्दूरवृत्ताङ्कितम् वन्दे मातरहर्निशं तव चलत्पादाब्जजातं रजः भक्तिं देहि महाविलासरसिके श्रीमज्शिवालिङ्गिते श्रीमच्छङ्करदेशिकार्चितपदे श्रीचित्प्रभामण्डले विश्वाचार्यमहानुभावरमण प्रोक्तात्मविद्यामयी तद्दासार्चितग्राममध्यविलसत् श्रीचक्रमध्यस्थिते त्वामीडेऽहमनन्तबोधसुखदे श्रीशान्तिदुर्गाम्बिके त्वामीडेऽहमनन्तबोधसुखदे श्रीशान्तिदुर्गाम्बिके
பிரபன்ன பாரிஜாதாய தோத்திர வேத்ரைகபாணயே ஞானமுத்ராய கிருஷ்ணாய கோவிந்தாய நமோ நமः. கீதாமிருத துஹே நமः. சத்குருभ्यो நமः. நமஸ் சதசே நமஸ் சதசஸ்பதயே. As I am not an orator, good orator in English, I prefer to just speak in Kannada and Tamil because there are also many Kannadigas here. நமக்கு ஒரு பெரிய பாக்கியம். எல்லா வருஷமும் இந்த நாளுக்கு நிறைய ஜீவன்கள் எதிர்பார்த்துண்டு சாத்தக பக்ஷி போல காத்துட்டு இருப்பா. இப்போ நான் எப்படி ஒரு எந்த ஒரு நிலையில் இருக்கேன்னா, ஒன்று ஒரே சந்தோஷம், ஒரு சம்பிரமம். நமக்கு 7 நாள் ஒரு பெரிய சத்சங்க பாக்கியம். இன்னொன்று ஒரு பெரிய மகாசந்நிதி கிட்ட இருக்கோம். அதிக பிரசங்கியாக அதான் ஜாஸ்தி பேசக்கூடாதுன்னு ஒரு பயமும் இருக்குது. இருந்தாலும் பகவான் கொடுத்த வாக்கால் அந்த சந்நிதிக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு வாக்கு சுமங்களை நம்ம அர்ப்பணம் பண்ணணுன்ற ஒரு ஆசையும் இருக்குது. சுவாமிஜி நமக்கு சுவாமிஜியை எப்போ நினைச்சாலும் கூட நினைப்பு நாமரூபங்களை விட்டு ஆத்மாபிமுகமாக போயிடும். சுவாமிஜியை ஸ்மரித்தாலே, அப்புறம் அவரோட தரிசனம், அவர் சரணத்தில் உட்காந்துண்டு பகவத் விஷயமாக கேட்குறதுன்றது எத்தனையோ ஜன்மாந்தர பாக்கியம். அது அனுபவித்தவாளுக்கு தான் தெரியும். எப்பவுமே சுவாமிஜியை நினைக்கும் பொழுது இந்த ஸ்லோகம் எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வரும். இது பாகவதத்தை கேட்டு நாரதர் சனகாதிகளை பார்த்து சொன்னான். யத் தர்சனஞ்ச வினிஹந்த்ய அசுபானி சத்யா ஸ்ரேயஸ்தனோதி பவ துக்கதவார்திதானாம் நிஷேஷ சேஷமுக கீத கதைக பானாஹ பிரேம பிரகாஷ கிருதயே சரணம் கதோஸ்மி. எத் தர்சனஞ்ச வினிஹந்தி அசுபானி. யாருடைய தரிசனமே நமக்கு அசுபங்களை போக்கிடுமோ. இப்போ முன்னாடி சொன்னேனே, ஸ்ரேயஸ்தனோதி, நமக்கு நிஸ்ரேயசத்தை வாழ்க்கையில் கொடுக்கும். யாருக்கு? பவ துக்க தவார்த்திதானா. நம்ம வாழ்க்கையில் கஷ்டப்படுறோம். கஷ்டத்துக்கு என்ன காரணம் அப்படின்னு விசாரம் பண்ணி பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, சத்தியத்தை ஏற்றுக்காத இருக்கோம், பொய்யை ஏற்றுக்கிறோம். ஒரு மகாபுருஷ சம்பர்க்கமே எதுக்கு அப்படின்னா, திருப்பி திருப்பி நம்மளோட ஸ்ரத்தையை அந்த நித்திய சுகஸ்வரூபமாக இருக்கக்கூடிய பரமாத்ம சைத்தன்யத்திலேயே கொண்டு போய் வைக்கிறது தான். சுவாமிஜியோட சந்நிதி ஆகட்டும், அவருடைய அந்த வாக்கு ஒரு சப்தமும் கூட நேராக அந்த அனுபவத்திலேருந்து கேட்குறவாள் உள்ள அந்த ஞானத்தை ஆவேசிக்க வைக்கிறதுன்றத நம்ம பார்க்குறோம். அதான் ஸ்ரேயஸ்தனோதி பவ துக்கதவார்த்திதானா பிரேம பிரகாஷ கிருத்தையே ஞான பிரகாஷ கிருத்தையே. ஞானமும் பிரேமையும் வேற இல்லை. அவகிட்ட தான் அந்த பரிசுத்தமான பிரேமையை பார்க்க முடியும். நம்மெல்லாம் கூட எத்தனையோ தப்பு பண்ணுவோம் அஜ்ஞானத்தினால. ஆனால் அதெல்லாம் பொறுத்துண்டு கூட நம்மக்கிட்ட அனுகம்பையை வச்சுண்டு அவள் நம்மளை உத்தாரம் பண்ணறா, பரிஞ்சு வரா நம்மக்கிட்ட. அப்படி இருக்கக்கூடிய சுவாமிஜிக்கு நம்ம என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? ஸ்வாகத்தம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் அவர் நம்மளேருந்து வேற இல்லை, நம்ம சுவாமிஜி அவர். ஆனால் ஒரு சபா மரியாதை சுவாமிஜிக்கு நம்ம ஸ்வாகத்தம் சொல்லுறோம். இன்றைக்கி இப்படி ஒரு பாவிக்கும் பொழுது ஒரு ஸ்லோகம் வந்தது. அந்த ஸ்லோகத்தை சொல்லி நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி காயா வாச்சா மனசா சுவாமிஜியை ஸ்வாகத்தம் பண்ணார். சாந்திர பிரமோத கருணா ரசசிந்து மூர்த்தே சுஸ்வாகதம் பவது தே யதி தேசிகேந்திர யோசௌ விதேஹ பதபாக்ச சதேஹதாரி தஸ்மை சஹஸ்ர விஹிதா மம வந்தனாஸ்யு. அவர் விதேக பதபாக், அப்படி இருந்தாலும் கருணையோட தேகதாரியாக நமக்கு இந்த வழியை காட்டி கொடுக்குறார். அந்த சுவாமிஜிக்கு சுவாகதத்தை தெரிவிச்சுண்டு வந்தவங்க எல்லாருக்கும் பல இடத்துலேருந்து ரொம்ப அன்போட ஆசையோடு வந்திருக்கீங்க. உங்கள் எல்லாருக்கும் சுவாகதத்தை தெரிவிச்சுண்டு நம்ம எல்லாரும் ஸ்ரத்தா பக்தியோடு இருந்து இந்த சத்சங்கத்தை பருகணும், வாழ்க்கையில் க்ஷேமத்தை அடையணும்னு பிரார்த்தனை. இப்போது இன்னிலேருந்து பகவத்கீதா நம்ம எல்லா வருஷம் அனுசந்தானம் பண்ணிட்டு வரோம். சக்ருத் கீதாம்பசி ஸ்நானம் சம்சார பயநாசனம். ஒரு வாட்டி கூட பகவத்கீதையை நம்ம அனுசந்தானம் பண்ணினோம், மனனம் பண்ணினோம்னா இந்த பயம் நம்மளை விட்டு போயிடும். அதுவும் அபயதாத்தாவாக இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த மகான் சந்நிதியிலேருந்து நம்ம சிரவணம் பண்ணிட்டு வரோம். போன வாட்டி 4வது அத்தியாயம் பூர்த்தியாச்சு. இந்த வாட்டி சந்நியாச யோகம். நேயஸ்ஸ நித்திய சந்நியாசி யோனத்வேஷ்டி ந காங்க்ஷதி. அந்த சந்நியாச யோகம் சாயங்காலம் நித்தியம் இதே மாதிரி 6:30 மணிலேருந்து ஆரம்பித்து 8 மணி பர்யந்தம். அப்புறம் கார்த்தால 10 மணிக்கு விவேக சூடாமணி. அதுவும் முஞ்சாதிஷி காட்டவி. அந்த முஞ்சப்பில்லை எப்படி அதுலேருந்து தனிப்பட்டு எடுக்கிறோமோ அதுபோல் ஸ்வரூபத்தை தெரிஞ்சுக்கணுன்றதோட சுவாமி போன வாட்டி நிறுத்தியிருந்தா. அப்புறம் இந்த வாட்டி மேலும் அன்னமய கோஷத்துலேருந்து ஆரம்பித்து ஆச்சாரியர்கள் அதை விஸ்தாரம் படுத்துகிறார். அதை சுவாமிஜி எப்படி அனுகிரகம் பண்ணுறாரோ அப்படி பார்க்கலாம். ராம் ராம். அது எத்தனை மணிக்கு பாராயணம்? 5 தினம் ஸ்ரீமத் பகவத்கீதா மூல பாராயணம் நம்ம நாராயண நம்பூதிரி வந்திருக்கார். அது தினம் இங்கே சாயங்காலம் 5:45 பகவத்கீதா மூல பாராயணம் எல்லா வருஷம் போல் இருக்கும். அதுக்கும் எல்லோரும் கலந்துக்கலாம்.
पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोपला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला। अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं। लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। पार्थसारथिरूपेण श्रावयित्वा शुभां गिरं पार्थस्यार्तिहरो देवः कृपामूर्तिः स पातु नः।
नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परमर्षिभ्यः हरिः ओम। अंतरायतिमिरोपशान्तये शान्तपावनमचिन्त्यवैभवम् तन्नरं वपुषि कुञ्जरं मुखे मन्महे किमपि तुन्दिलं महः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यस्यान्तन्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो न नपुंसं न च स्त्रीं नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसदृषिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय यतये शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनाम् सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं शोणप्रभं सोमकलावतंसं पाणिस्फुरत्पञ्चश्रेक्षुचापं प्राणप्रियं नौमि पिनाकपाणेः कोणत्रयस्थं कुलदैवतं नः। Namami Yamininath Lekhalankrita Kuntalam Bhavanim Bhavasanta Panirvapana Sudha Nadim Chudottam Sita Chandracharu Kalika Chanjat Shika Bhaswaru Leela Dagdha Vilola Kama Shalabhashreyo Dashagre Spuran Antaspurjatavara Mohatimira Pragbharamuchadayan Chetasadmani Yoginam Vijayate Jnana Pradipo Haraham Yontaf Pravishya Mamavacham Imam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatikila Shakti Dharaswadham Nam Anyam Shahastacharana Shravanatvagadim Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Satyavratam Satyaparam Trisatyam Satyasya Yonim Nihitam Cha Satye Satyasya Satyam Rita Satyanetram Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapannaha. By the abundant Kripa of Bhagavan, we have assembled here again for a Saptaha, 7 days, whatever satsanga is Saptaha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, for last few years, we have been meditating on Bhagavad Gita. And this year, we are entering the 5th chapter, Panchamodhyayaha. If I tell the name, I don't know whether you will be afraid. Because the name is, you will understand jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, karma yoga. But here Bhagavan is talking about Sannyāsa yoga. But you need not be afraid. Neither Krishna is a sannyasi, nor Arjuna became a sannyasi outwardly, nor Vedavyasa was an outwardly sannyasi. Only today's speaker is a sannyasi. But the real sannyasa, that is necessary for everyone. So that is not sannyasa, what you call as monkhood. It is sannyasa as a yoga. And that is needed for all. The definition of sannyasa given in Bhagavad Gita is that which releases you from suffering. What is the shloka? Dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga samjitam. That is yoga. The definition of yoga is viyoga. Viyogam cha santam. It is viyoga. Viyoga means separation, freedom. Freedom from suffering. Freedom from dukkha, shoka. Freedom from association with suffering. Freedom from assumed association with suffering. If it is real association, you cannot separate yourself. So, that yoga, which can give you, release you from suffering, is Sannyāsa yoga. Vedanta vijñāna sunishchitārthaha Sannyāsa yogadhyataya shuddha sattvaha. Two things. One is Vedanta Vijnana and the other is Sannyāsa Yoga. Vedanta Vijnana is clarity. Sannyāsa Yoga is freedom, Nissangata, detachment. That which will give you Shanti. And that Bhagavan has to give you. You need that bhakti. Sannyasa cannot happen without his grace. From within, he is the inner being who will release you. Vishnu Sahasranama, there is one nama for Bhagavan, Sannyāsa Krit. It is a nama, right? Is it there? Then continuing, very beautiful. Sannyāsa Krit Shamashanto Nishtha Shanti Parayanam. He gives you release, then he gives you that calmness, then Shanti, then absolute freedom. Parayanam means absolute freedom. Total freedom. So this is grace, this is Kripa. When Bhagavan's Kripa descends on you, he gives you that great yoga of detachment. You are in the world, but the world will not enter you. You are in the crowd, but inwardly you are so quiet, peaceful, as if you are in a forest. Janaka tells this in Ashtavakra Gita. Janaka was a king, a ruler. He is living amidst all luxuries in a palace. And he tells, Aho Jana Samuhepi. I am in Jana Samuha. Everywhere there are people around me. Nadvaitam pashyato mama. But I do not see any dvaitam. No duality. Aranyamiva samvrittam. For me it is like as if I am staying in a very peaceful forest. Kvaratim karavanyaham. Where will I get attached to? To which? What thing? To whom will I get attached to? So this is Janaka, a great jñāni, his declaration. So that Sannyāsa yoga we are entering. And the essence of Bhagavad Gita, essence of our life, spiritual life, you can simplify the whole thing, spiritual life. What is spiritual life? Whatever may be your prarabdha, wherever you are able to collect your mind and keep it in a state of deep, profound peace. If you can do that, whatever you are doing, you are spiritual. Shantim nirvana paramam matsamsthamati gacchati. Shraddhavan labhade jñānam tatparas sanyadendriyaha. Jnanam labdva param shantim achirena adhigacchati. When one attains jnanam, what is the result? Fruit. Shanti. So what is spiritual life in essence? Shanti. That is why Veda mantra, you know any Veda mantra or not. Just learn Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That is Veda. So you really find that profound Brahma Shanti, Atma Shanti. This is the fruit of jnanam, rasam of spiritual life. So, first, when you enter spiritual life, you should have this resolve. In Gita, Bhagavan has given one word, vyavasayatmika buddhi, one pointedness. And what are you going to achieve, or what are you seeking? You should have some idea. Okay, spiritual life. Sometimes, it is like a fantasy. I do not know, but I am attracted. That is actually a good sign, because Bhagavan is giving you this spiritual attraction. That is good. But at a stage, you should know what you are seeking. And that is what Bhagavan tells here. It is Shanti. Peace. Which cannot be disturbed by the invasion of destiny. Which cannot be disturbed by any event. Which cannot be disturbed by any individual. Which cannot be disturbed by any emotion. And such a Shanti, Bhagavan calls as what? What? Question and answer session. Prajna. Prajna. He calls it as Prajna. Prajna, Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna means not, they will translate it as wisdom, but I will translate it as Shanti, peace. Yasya Sthita Bhavet Prajna, in Vivek Chudamani it comes. Yasya Anando Nirantaraha. Prapancho Vismrta Prayaha. Sajivan Mukta Uchyate. As Vivek Chudamani says, one whose prajna is stable, steady. And what is the sign? Anando Nirantaraha. There is no obstacle for his Ananda. Is Shanti. Ananda means also Shanti. And Prapancho Vismrta Prayaha. It is as if he has just completely forgotten the world. Nothing can disturb him. Such a one is a liberated being. Is a Sthita Prajna. So this we all want. And to attain that Shanti, so much preparation is needed. Whatever disturbs your Shanti, you have to move away. Either inwardly move away, if not possible, outwardly run away. This outward running away is this outer sannyasa, because you have to protect yourself, Rakshaniyam. Inwardly moving away is detachment. That is what is recommended for all. That inward detachment, inward nisangata. So that you can handle your prarabdha. The prarabdha is a very funny thing. Wherever you go, it will follow you. And wherever you go, it will be waiting for you there. It runs before you. So once you know that, you cannot escape from prarabdha by outwardly running. So you find that inner center, that poise, and learn that yoga of renunciation. That nothing, you are not attached to anything that will disturb you. No vikalpa. It is called nirvikalpa. No vikalpa. Vikalpa means, something disturbs, foreign particle. It is vikalpa. So no foreign particle inside. When the body, some foreign particle enters, it throws it out. So sannyasa is in a way, it is vomiting. Because all foreign particles, disturbing things are all vomited. And if the person takes it again, vantashi apatrapaha. The Shastra says he is eating what is vomited. He is apatrapaha. He is shameless. So this is Sannyāsa yoga. The yoga of detachment. The yoga, see, when we say detachment also, you have to understand, it is not that you do not have love. Only when you have detachment, greatest manifestation of love can happen. Not when you are attached. Attachment leads to very, very narrow outlook. Only my wife, my children. What is love there? And the parents who are attached to their children will see to it that children run away from them. Your mahi love, pasham, it makes them suffocated. So it is not love. So love gives you that real freedom. Actually, detachment is love. Nisangata is love. It is not a dry state. It is a state where you have found something else to get attached. That is eternal. That is full of vitalizing juice from within. Energizing, refreshing juice from within. And inwardly you are awakened. So such a state is real sannyasa yoga. So Krishna is sannyasi. Everyone will like him. Right from his birth, there is so much joy. Ananda. Narayaniyam Bhattathiri says, Ananda Rupa Bhagavan. So this is Sannyasa Yoga. This is our subject this year. And yoga, separately you take. This word yoga, every year we talk these things, right? Gita, every chapter is yoga. Even the very first chapter is depression yoga. What is that? Vishada yoga, right? Even depression, even sorrow, even stress, even grief, even great pain, sometimes a person will not turn towards God, turn towards spiritual life, but immense sorrow comes, he completely turns towards the divine. Then that sorrow becomes a great blessing. That suffering becomes great blessing. Then it becomes yoga. So mostly, people, they will come to satsanga after getting burnt. After getting burned, they will come. But that is the right state, Generally, people like Dhritarashtra, even though they suffer, they will not wake up. So much suffering, all children died. Then also morning dosa, idli, lunch. No detachment. staying with the enemies, then also no detachment. Then Bhagavata says that Vidura comes and he wonders at the human level of what they call pettiness, shallowness. Rajan nirgamyadam shigram pasyetam bhayamakatam. Vidura says, oh, it is really very, very petty thing that so much of suffering has come to you, still you are not waking up. Aho gariyasi jantoho jivitasha. That jivitasha, want to live, clinging to life. This morbid clinging to life. So if the person is like Dhritarashtra, no Gita will work. You put the pot and upside down and pour water, nothing will enter inside. See, only when Bhagavan decides, satsanga will enter inside. Otherwise, you teach children Bhagavad Gita in school, in college. One boy, he has learnt Bhagavad Gita for last 3 years. So 4th chapter, 5th chapter, 6th chapter. So I asked him, what chapter you are learning now? He said, 6th chapter. Last year, 5th chapter. You chant the 5th chapter. That is syllabus last year, over, forgotten. It will not work. Unless the person, he should be like, Vedanta Shastra says, he should be carrying fire in his body and he should be like a person searching for water. Pradipta Shiraha Jalarashimiva. He should be like that. Pradipta Shiraha, as if his head is on fire. And he is running for water. Like that, you have seen the world, what it is made of. Then you also know that there is a release. When that intense, what they call physical memory, body memory, muscle memory, like that, the memory of suffering has entered you so deeply, it is no more even response, it is in the plane of reaction itself. Response means a little you think and act in a mature way, but your very reaction is from Vairagya. When Mahatma used to say, it is like you touch the serpent, it takes its hoods. Like that, you see the suffering in the world, you wake up. And when that comes, when that has entered you very deeply, and you also know that this is Amrita. Shrinvantu Vishve Amritasya Putraha Aye Dhamani Divyani Tasthu. Shvetashvatara Upanishad, the Rishi, he says, let all suffering souls come to me. You all deserve to drink this Amrita, this portion of immortality, this nectar. Amritasya putraha. So we all can attain this jnanam, but the qualification is, the right intelligence is, that on one side there is suffering and on the other side there is a solution. Yoga is the solution for that. Yoga is not exercise. Yoga is not only Patanjali yoga. No, jnāna yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, even vishada yoga. Yoga means one moment. In Sanatsujadiya Mahabharata, there is a beautiful verse. Idam tu brahmanam vrittam prahur ekapadam sukham. Says one step you are free. This journey for freedom, how much distance? It is one step. It's a one-step journey. One step and you are free. That one step is from the seen to the seer. From Bahirmukha to Antarmukha. From the Vishaya to Vishayi. Moving towards the self. Atmasamstham manahkritva na kinchidapi chintayet. This Atmasamstham manahkritva, abiding in the self is jnana. Na kinchidapi chintayet is sannyasa. No more you initiate any thought. No thought can disturb you. See, what is Maya? Maya means that which will make you think. Unnecessarily think. Not thinking, thoughting. Producing thoughts. All these instruments, mobile, everything. What is the purpose of it? Making you think. Somebody's vomited thing, we also eat. Constant, the intellect is constantly harnessed. Thinking. No rest for the brain. No rest for the mind. So that restfulness of the mind, Patanjali directly gave the definition like this as chittavritti nirodha. It's one side of definition for yoga. Yoga chittavritti nirodha. You directly want to experience that well-beingness. This is the direct route. Simple scientific definition is yoga chittavritti nirodha. Na kinchitapi chintayet. That is one side of it. And what is producing chittavritti? Thoughts, my attachment to something. If I am not attached, that thing will not enter me. I am not going to think about the horns of a horse. Because I know it does not exist. I am not going to think about Akasha Kusuma. Flowers in the heaven, in the sky. I have not seen that. My thoughts are generally about to thing and individuals to whom or which I am attached to. Mine. Mine. This is adhyasa. Vedanta says this is adhyasa. Aham mameti naisargikoyam loka vyavaharaha. This is genetic problem. Aham mama, I and mine. This is me, this is mine. And that constantly gives you trouble. Remember, I want this shanti. Again and again we have to come there, that peace. And you take the resolve that I am going to achieve it. This is mumukshutva, the longing for liberation. The longing for liberation, liberation from whom? Liberation from myself. Liberation from my own mind. Liberation, see, with all our education, with all our cleverness, with all our brilliance, what have we done to our own mind? You sit in some solitude, you will see. That is why you want to be engaged constantly, because you are afraid of not somebody outside, your own mind. Constant blah blah blah, chattering, disturbance, vikalpa. And what one definition for yoga which Bhagavata gives is parohi yoga manasa samadhi. It says real yoga, The supreme yoga is where the mind is in samahitam, samadhi, shanta. This is something which you have to do like agriculture within you. You know what you have to do. Your body is your field, kshetram, and inside you are going to cultivate this bliss within you, this shanti. Actually, I am using not a good word, cultivation, but I am just giving like a example, that's all. The real thing is you need not cultivate because that shanti is already there within you. All the avarana, all the covering, you just remove. Just like, clouds are all not there in the sky. The space is so clear. Like that, inwardly, you will find that space within you. That chidakasha. In Upanishad there is a mantra. Om Kham Brahma. This is a mantra. It says, Kham means Akasha, space. It is Brahman. And it is not the outer Akasha, it is the space where there are no clouds of thoughts. There are no doubt. There is no disturbance. Then you enter that profound state of Dhyana, that yoga. And that yoga, various corners you approach this yoga, various way you come to your own real nature, this one-step journey. And in this chapter, Bhagavan speaks about it as Sannyāsa yoga. Sannyāsa yoga yadaya shuddha sattva. Here sattva means strength. that willpower. The more and more you renounce, strength comes. Fearlessness comes. Abhayam comes. So that is what Bhagavan is going to reveal in this chapter. And Sannyāsa, Shankaracharya says, what is Sannyāsa? It is jñānam. ātmavichāra is Sannyāsa. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also says, jñānam. Sannyaso nirmalam jñānam. It is pure jñānam is Sannyāsa. So that Sannyāsa you can have anywhere. As a householder in a family life, you can attain that jnanam and live peacefully. If it is your prarabdha. There also, you can attain this jnanam, and because jnanam will reflect your real nature, you will recognize that your very being is absolutely free. Nissangata. So this jnanam is sannyasam. This jnanam is to know what is my real nature, because I am considering this body as my everything. And with this ignorance, with this misapprehension, no one can rest in peace, because it will create problems. Health issue will be there, old age will be there, death will be there, and other bodies also. Nama Rupa Vikara Karya Karana Sanghata Upati Samparka Janita Bhranti Matram Hi Samsaritvam. As Bhagavan Bhashyakara very beautifully puts. Don't be afraid. I'm telling because this Manikantan, everyone is, Sridharji are all here. Very beautiful paragraph where Shankaracharya says, Nama Rupa Vikara. You see the name and form, somebody. And it is nothing but the body idea. Nama Rupa Vikara Karya Karana. This avidya and all the senses, mind born out of it. Sanghata, the collection, conglomeration. Upadhi. Upadhi means this limitation. Janita, Samparka Janita. I, you, that body, this body, all this collection, Bhranti, delusion. And that delusion is samsara. So this delusion, first we have to remove it from our own life to know who I am. You know, Narayaniyam, many people who are here, they know Narayaniyam. From the very beginning, Bhattathiri is praying to Bhagavan, remove all my diseases from my body. Perhaps that is one reason that many like Narayaniyam. Because Nashaya Ashesha Rogan, Ayur Arogya Saukyam. We somehow want to keep this body very healthy. One old man came to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. And he said, Bhagavan 100 vayassu arogyama irundhu na paakkanum. He said, Bhagavan, I want to see you 100 years live a very healthy life. Bhagavan smiled and said, He said, you know, he is very, very clever. And another devotee asked, why Bhagavan? His prayer is a very good. Yes, he is 10 years elder to me. So, if I have to live 100 years, he should be 110 to see me healthy. So, the business is very well put. So, this is world. You know. We somehow want to keep this body very healthy, and that is some dream, very fanciful imagination, impossible imagination. It is not possible. See, even Avatara, when they come, you know, all the devatas, they will come and they will say, we all are coming with you. And not only good devatas, devata of fever, devata of cold, devata of corona, devata of heart attack, devata of cancer, devata of vatam, pittam, kapam, all of them came to Rama. There is a story like that. No, they all came to Rama. When Narayana is going to incarnate as Rama, all these devatas came. When you incarnate, you should give chance to us also. You just imagine Rama full of cold with a kerchief. It could have happened to him also. Fever, headache, all these problems, you know. So, all these devatas came to Rama. And Rama said, it is not possible to take all of you because the enemy that I have to deal with is a terrible one. He is not a small enemy like Ravana. So I cannot have all these problems. While fighting with Ramana, Vatam, rheumatism, no, not possible. So, the story goes that Rama also took some disease, some small skin disease. He also had to take. Because when you come here, you have to give chance to everybody. They are all devatas. You see, if you learn that, you know, you will not suffer. Because in villages, when this chicken box comes, they will say, Amma has come. It's Divine Mother who has come in that form. If you know how to worship even your problems, disease as divine, then you will not be bound. So that is Ishavasyamidam Sarvam. This Upanishad mantra is pervaded everywhere in our life. So, right understanding. Vedanta means right understanding. Samyak jnana. You know where to keep everything. This is samyak nyasa. The body, yes, it is in the world. I am not the body. Yes. Right. So Bhattathiri, I just left it there. So Bhattathiri is reminding me. So Bhattathiri said that everywhere, all the 10 verses he will pray to Guru Ayurappa. Then at last he said, Guru Ayurappa, if one disease goes, another will come. Better remove my identity with this body, with the ignorance that I am carrying in the form of body identity. Remove that. Hi me dehamoham tyajapavana puradhisha yat prema hetoho gehe vitte kalatradishu cha vivashitaha tvatpadam vismaranti. Because of this attachment, I am forgetting you. I am forgetting Atma. I am forgetting my own real nature. So remove that identity. Identity is also assumed only ignorance. So it can be removed. Manam kondu urupavar manattai azhittu abhimanamilladu olir arunachala. In Aksharamanamale, Bhagavan says, due to manam, ignorance, assumption, this assumed affinity to body, identity. So ignorance is removed. I am not the body. Then what is my real nature? What is my real swarupa? If the sharira, the deha is not me, what is me? Am I the mind? The mind is also kapichalaha. It is also constant movement. The mind is also not me. Then am I this ego? There are moments when there is no ego. Especially in deep sleep, we know there is no ego. This self-image is not there. This personality is not there. Even in deep sleep, that existence, the principle, which is the essence, is there. So that is me. So I am not the body, I am not the mind. Very well-known verse of Shankaracharya. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham na cha shrotra jihve na cha ghrana netre na cha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayuhu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am not this mind, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. When you negate everything, that Chidananda Rupa Shiva will shine forth. You need not say that. When you negate everything, what exists there is your real nature. What shines forth as the substratum, as the adhisthana, it is your real nature. That is me. When that recognition comes, then the life becomes purna. Because you have found something which is purna. Something which can fill you with blessedness, which you are carrying in your very heart, in your very being. You recognize that, then your life becomes Shanti Samruddham Amritam. There is Samruddham, Shanti, abundant peace, fulfillment, fearlessness. See, these are all not simple Vagdana, giving word. No, this is a sure science. This is a perfect science. Vedanta means perfect science. Veda Anta. Anta here means perfection. Veda means knowledge. Perfection of knowledge. And the perfection is not based on knowledge, it is based on the vastu. The very nature of the self is perfection. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman. You just recognize that satyam jnanam anantam. That which is changeless, that which is pure awareness, that which is infinite, and the person becomes free. One moment, see Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's life, you see. A boy who was going to school, playing, not pursuing any religious scriptures, studies, but suddenly wakes up one day and the person is Purna. That is why Bhagavan says it is so simple. Krishna also says it is so simple. Pratyakshaavagamam dharbyam susukam kartum avyayam. Susukam kartum. It is very easy, very simple. Because it is your very nature. Provided you have the qualification. What is the qualification we call as vairagyam? Dispassion. Dispassion towards what? Dispassion towards all that which will destroy you. That's all. The mystery is we are attached to things and individuals and emotions that are constantly spoiling us. Why we are doing that? Don't know. Someone comes and tells you, I am not able to leave the mobile. Then enjoy it. No, it is creating so much trouble. Then leave it. I am not able to do it. What is this? So, Ashcharya, this is Maya. Something gives you trouble and you are knowing that. And why are you not leaving? Not able to. The reason is you have not suffered enough. And when the suffering is intense, as we said, the muscle memory, like that, the intellect absorbs that suffering and is also ready to wake up, then one moment the whole process will be complete. Then you will find it is one-step journey, over. One moment the person will be a Buddha. I am not talking about Buddhism Buddha. Buddha means the awakened one, the realized one, Jivan Mukta. Anavadimaya suptaha edajiva prabudhyate ajamanidrama swapnam advaitam buddhyate tata. One moment he wakes up. It's just like you wake up from a dream, the dream ends, that's all. So that simple is this Vidya. Wherever you are, you have to just turn inward, antarmukha samaradhya. Bahirmukha. We all know this, right? That is it. You all have whatever is essential, that knowledge is there. So why not give up this Bahirmukha vritti? The more and more you train yourself a little bit to go inward. Let the mind go inward, antarmukha. There comes the problem, That is what the first few verses of this chapter says. You need a living principle to make your mind antarmukha. Google cannot do that. Even AI cannot do that. AI will take you away from I. Now you have to come back from AI to I. So simple travel. But the AI is so attractive that it keeps you engaged. It is eating your attention. It is swallowing your attention. So you do not have sufficient prana to do this samaradhana, antarmukha samaradhana. This samaradhana means, you know what samaradhana? Not this. This samaradhana we know. This samaradhya is when the mind, you collect the mind. It's a very precious energy. Don't waste it. This is mumukshutva, the resolve to collect the mind. It is like sesame seeds which you have thrown, scattered in a room. Suppose somebody asks you to collect those kadugu or edlu, one by one mustard seeds, something like that. You take one piece like that and put it back. Like that, shanaihi uparamet, in a gentle, mild way, you have this sannyasa yoga. Don't be harsh. Slowly. Spiritual practice is this training to yataha uparametaha tataha nivartyata. From wherever, whatever thing you become released, there you don't have tatra na bhitihi. There no fear for you. So this art, jnana kala, this yoga kala, although the science is very much available, the book is available, and you go and check inside this AI, wonderful thing, no? You ask some question, it gives very clear answer. From every corner it will bring you answers. Clarity it gives. Then you know clarity is not enough. It gives you immense clarity, a kind of intellectual kick it gives. But then you find, yes, I understand everything. Many people say, I have learnt all these shastras very clear, but what is lacking? No antarmukha. The mind is not ready to go inward, not travel inward, no pratyak pravaha. As Sureshwaracharya puts it, pratyak pravanata chittasya. When the mind becomes pure, the purity of the mind is pratyak pravanata. The mind has that power, that habitual nature to go inward, to collect yourself and keep it in the heart. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says as Hirdaya Vidya. It is putting the mind in the heart center, inward, in the self. This is antarmukha samaradhi. You need a very subtle energy to do that. And that subtle energy, take it for certain, you will not get from Google, you will not get from YouTube. The journey is from YouTube to iTube. Yushmad Asmad Pratyaya, right? From Yushmad to Asmad you have to come. So you will not get it from YouTube, you will not get it from Google, you will not get from any book, because they are all there. They can give you suggestion, but you need a power which can push your mind inward. Because we are weak. So we are not able to do it. We need something to push us inward, and that power is what we call as kripa, as grace. And that grace is Guru, and a realized person. And that is satsanga. Sometimes some vibhuti also. Bhagavan Ramana says, you go and see Arunachala, it pushes your mind inward. That is vibhuti. Some help is needed to turn your mind inward. It should come from the right tradition, so that the mind goes inward and touches that something which is not made of mind, that something which is not made of flesh, which is not bound by time or space, which is eternally free. It just, Atmanam anujigrati. Bhagavata says the mind becomes so subtle that it smells the self. It smells the Atman. It is able to smell the Atma, the inner fragrance of the self. So when that happens, then you can say the mind is pure. At least you say, my mind is pure. You can say that. Pure mind means bhakti or jnana or yoga. Something will come. Spiritual, according to your samskara, you will have some spiritual blossoming. When the mind becomes pure, bhakti will come, or jnanam will come, or yoga will come. Some direction your mind will turn inward. Some mantra japa will happen. Some spiritual book you find, you are attracted. Ramakrishna says that when the person has the sannyāsa samskara, his mind is so pure, you put a ochre robe, a kashaya vastra on his body, his mind will enter samadhi. So these are all lingam. Lingani Vishnoho. As Bhagavata puts it, sign of that Bhagavan, you see somewhere, you are elevated. You see Bhagavad Gita book, you are elevated. You come to satsanga, you are elevated. Some inner elevation happens, spiritual blossoming happens. This is the result of antarmukhata. And this antarmukhata can happen only when there is a living presence. A good tradition. And about that tradition, Bhagavan says here. Because all spiritual traditions, they have the beginning from Bhagavan. They have the beginning from Bhagavan. Shastrayo nitvat. As Brahma Sutra says, Shastrasya yonihi karanam Brahma. All the Shastras, they have the source. They have manifested from Bhagavan. Spiritual knowledge manifests from Bhagavan. The entire world, yatova imani bhutani jayante ena jatani jivanti yat prayanti api samvishanti. Everything arises from the divine. But this knowledge, this wisdom has arisen from Bhagavan. When you know that, you will be elevated. So, to make you feel the sacredness of this Shastra, in this chapter, Bhagavan begins by telling Arjuna that I gave this teaching in the very beginning of creation to Surya, Vivaswan. This is the beginning of this shloka here. In Bhagavata, Bhagavan gave this teaching to Brahma, creator Brahma, Prajapati. Even before creation. See, this spiritual knowledge is not something which somebody found out at some point of time in the world. The Shastra says, even before creation, this jnanam manifested. That means what? It is the original. It is the origin. Nisarga. From there, everything. So, you need not fear because it is not something somebody found. It is there. And the knowledge is there already. Nobody can corrupt it. Nobody can destroy it. It is there. And each person has to go to that source. Source means what? No creation means what? The state where there is no mind. You have to take a dip into that amani bhava and get this. The source of this wisdom, Shrutanumana prajnabhyam anya vishaya vishesharthatvat. This is a Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Ritambhara tatra prajna. That prajna is filled with ritam. It is satyam, truth, realization. It is not like something you study some book and understand. No. Shrutanumana prajnabhyam anya vishaya. That knowledge which you get through hearing or through inference, it is all very feeble. The knowledge that you get through logic, reasoning, very feeble. Someone comes and puts something into your head, more powerful logic, you will fail. So, Shrutanumana Prajnabhyam Anya Vishaya Visheshartatvat, and that Samadhi Prajna, when it arises, Tajjas Samskaraha Anya Samskara Pradibandhi. When that Samadhi reveals itself, it just closes the door of all the ignorant knowledge, all the imaginary knowledge, all disturbing knowledge. So it is the original source of wisdom. To tell that, Bhagavan here tells, I myself revealed this. In the very beginning of creation. We will see the shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, Parvala. Imam. Okay. Last chapter, fourth chapter. Okay. There we will touch that. Imam Vivasvate Yogam, we will just touch that. Because before starting this, it is very much needed. Imam Vivasvate Yogam.
Imam Vivasvate Yogam.
Proktavanaham avyayam.
Proktavanaham avyayam.
Vivasvan manave praha.
Vivasvan manave praha.
Manurikshvakave bravit.
Manurikshvakave bravit.
This yogam, Bhagavan says, I revealed it to Vivasvan. And this yogam is avyayam. Avyayam means inexhaustible, imperishable, teendu pohadadu. It will not get exhausted. It is complete. This yoga, aham proktavan, I spoke this, revealed this to Vivasvan, Surya. And from Surya, Manu got it. In Bhagavata, 8th skanda, Manu is doing this tapasya to Bhagavan Surya to get this jnāna. See, in this, I will tell one more thing. People generally ask, one thing which I told you, that you need a living presence so that your mind can become inward, go inward. Where will we find this powerful presence? Suppose I do not get a guru. Suppose I don't feel that I don't find a suitable individual who can inspire me. Where will I get a guru? There is a universal guru. In whichever part of the globe, you cannot miss him. And that is Surya, that is sun. The Shastra says, he is the splendorous form of wisdom which is available to you every day. All the sages were fascinated by the divine being. No temple deity, no natural beautiful landscape, no mental vision can come anywhere near the splendor of that being who arises in the eastern horizon. Every day morning, such a divine arrival, if you miss that, you are missing your life. Your life is waste. Asavadityo Brahma, Brahmaivahamasmi. This Aditya is Brahma. So, you want to meditate, you see that golden hue arising in the eastern horizon. You can meditate. And it is a living presence. All jnanam is there. That is why this Gayatri Upasana is so important. This Gayatri Upasana is so important because it gets you connected to the divine being and awakens the inner wisdom. So, this Aditya got directly illumined from Narayana. And from Aditya, Manu got this knowledge. And from Manu, Ishwaku, Manu's son, Ishwaku, who was one of the foremost royal sages of Surya Vamsha, in which Rama was born. Ishwaku became enlightened. They were all Raja Rishis, enlightened beings. There are many paramparas, like Ganga is there, Yamuna is there, Kaveri is there, like that. So many spiritual traditions are there. Dattatreya parampara is there. Shankaracharya parampara is there. Yoga Vasishta parampara. Advaita itself, Yoga Vasishta is one parampara. In Advaita itself, Dattatreya parampara is another parampara. In Advaita itself, Shankaracharya parampara is another parampara. In Advaita itself, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's parampara is a fresh parampara. It has its parampara from that Shiva. So many paramparas, like fresh river formation, they are all there. Bhagavata, it says, it is a parampara. Tashuddham vimalam vishokam amritam satyam param dhimahi. So here Bhagavan says, this yoga, I bestowed this yoga to son. From that, there arose a tradition. Many got this, and they were all, although they were all rulers, they were not outwardly monks, they were not sannyasis. In that sense, they were all great Raja Rishis. Evam parampara praptam rajarshayaha viduhu. All the royal sages, they all got this. Sakaleneha mahata. Time can never give you fresh knowledge. Time can never make you spiritually evolved. See, our own life, you take child, as a children, we are all very fresh, very beautiful. The more and more you grow old, people think growing old means growing in wisdom. No. More and more you grow old, you become a boredom. And Bhagavan himself gets bored with you, that is why he kills you. And again makes a child out of you. Because he loves only children. So he makes you a child, you unnecessarily grow. With your school, with your college, with your education, with your personality development, you become a utter boring figure. Then Bhagavan says, oh, enough of his living. Make him again a baby. Bhagavan loves that balyam. So, through time corrodes the freshness of spiritual experience. There is no evolution. Somebody asked Bhagavan, do you accept creation through evolution? Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Bhagavan said, we don't even accept creation. He said, we do not accept creation. What to speak about evolution? Originally, it comes from the source, from tapas. You can see Valmiki, Sanskrit. He is the sage, he is the poet. And Kalidasa, the great poet Kalidasa says, we are just walking behind him. Whatever he revealed, we are imitating. Even we do not have any original kavya. When I was studying in Kaladi, there was one poetical meeting of Sahitya. And one great scholar, he said, somebody said, can you give the 3 great Sanskrit poets' name? He said, Valmiki, Valmiki, Valmiki. Finished, over. All others, only imitation. If Karnataka Sangeeta you take, Tyagaraja Swami, Dikshidhar, Shama Shastri, and some Purandara Dasa, they are all there. After that, if there is evolution, our present day so-called artists should be more greater than Tyagaraja, more greater, because the original source, you can just play with it, that's all. With your intellect, with your practice, you can just do some acrobatics with it. But when it comes from the original source, it carries the divine with it. In its womb, the divine experience is there. So here Bhagavan says, I revealed this knowledge, and through time the knowledge got polluted. Nashtaha, it got lost. See, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi came. In Ramanacharanatirtha, through generation, we should improve on Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Is it possible? Whatever he gave, according to our power, we will pollute it. That's all. It is not possible. You need so much of sattva guna to hold that knowledge in its own purity. Sattvat sanjayate jñānam sattva shuddhau dhruva smritihi. That recollection of the truth will be alive, aflame within you, provided the sattva guna is there. So, that sattva guna will get affected. Bhagavata says the power of Kali is to destroy sattva guna, pollute sattva guna. That is what it is doing everywhere. What is Kali? Kali is something which constantly fights with your sattva guna. It wants to put rajoguna inside you. It wants to put tamoguna inside you, so that your sattva can be looted away from you. Another, Kalim Agadam Asa Ajnaya Kshetresmin Kalim Sattvaharam Pumsam Karnadhara Ivarnam. Kalim Sattvaharam. Kali will robe your sattva, steal your sattva guna, your power to do sadhana, your power to meditate. When you are in satsanga, you take your resolve. Go out, it is gone. Have a fight with the auto rickshaw wala, it is gone. Go and take the mobile, some message, gone. Sattva is gone. Self-realization, let us see, if possible. One message is enough. The sattva haram pumsam. So here, Bhagavan says, through kalam, that got lost. And I have come here again to reveal you that the purpose of avatara is not simply coming to kill Kamsa, to kill Ravana. No. The purpose of avatara is Esha Atmapatho Avyaktaha Nashta Kalena Bhuyasa Tam Pravartayitum Deham Imam Vidhi Maya Bhritam. I have taken this body so that this pure knowledge can be revealed in the world. This avyakta patha, this road to freedom, atma patha, it got lost through kala, time, and tam pravartayitum, again to make that road clean, available to all. I have come here, says Kapila Bhagavan. So this is avatar. For this, a great sage, a great Mahatma manifests here. That is what Krishna also did, and revealed this knowledge. And this revelation of this knowledge one has to hold. Without sannyasa yoga, this knowledge will not live. This outer sannyasa also, people say, why should sannyasa be there? It is true that everyone need not be sannyasi. And for keeping this jnanam in your life, you don't need sannyasa. It is not compulsory. But sannyasa, exclusively, it is kept high by the Shastra so that they can keep this Shastra alive, this Jnanam alive, sadhana margas alive. So that will be available for everyone. So it is called as the greatest dharma. Dharmanamasmi sannyasa. Bhagavata says, Dharmanamasmi sannyasa. Amongst all the dharmas, I am sannyasa. Amongst all the ashramas, I am sannyasa, says Krishna in Bhagavata. Ashramanam aham turyaha. And the purpose of that ashrama is to keep this jnanam alive. You will see, so many ashramas are there. I have traveled to so many centers. One thing which I have observed is, some great Mahatma will come, and around him a beautiful ashrama will arise. Ashrama is actually not made. Ashrama grows around saints. They cannot avoid it. Even if they try to avoid it, it will grow around them. Wherever they are, an ashrama will come around. Like that only Ramanacharanatirtha also happened. When Bhagavan was there, Ramanacharanatirtha happened. So many ashrams are there. But after that Mahatma's life, his Mahasamadhi, it's a great vibhuti, so many disciples are there, some more period it will run. After that, we generally, in a funny way, we remark, a realized sage, his disciples, his devotees, his followers, fanatics, bureaucrats, office bearers. It comes down like this. After that, what will be there? Only office bearers. Nothing else. And people will say, why nobody is coming to this ashrama? Many ashrams are there. Many Mahatma's ashram, saints have built that ashrama. And complaint is, nowadays people have no faith. No bhakti. But you just observe, they are going to places where they can meet a saint. They are not interested in this building. You have some huge building, some construction in the name of some great sage. Nobody will go there. After some time, if there is because you need an inspiring presence. If it is not there, they will not go there. Naturally, people will take this decision. So, this will generally come down. At last, only building will be there. And people are, they say, ashrama devotees are not coming. So we will conduct some orchestra so that people will come. They come for orchestra. You give food to people so that they will come. They will eat and go. So you need someone who is enlightened. There, Ramakrishna says, if you put some sweet somewhere, you need not send a letter or call through mobile the ants. They will come. Like that, a spiritual blossoming happens. Seekers will come there. Mumukshus will come there. You need not invite. And you cannot, by any technique, by clever employment of any method, bring people to a spiritual institution without that. So slowly spiritual institutions will become vacant. This is a principle constantly happening. So our tradition has a very clever way of doing this. What they do is, to keep the Matha Parampara alive, they catch hold of some good soul, some great good family, some brahmacharis, and try to make a Mahatma. And by Bhagavan's grace, sometimes it works. And through parampara, it is kept alive. Because people also need a living saint. Without that, they have no purpose in going to any institution. So, this is the outer sannyasa is kept alive only for that. It is kept alive so that this arsha parampara is available for all. So someone is there who is holding this vidya. See, when Rama comes, from North India to South, even for Rama, his thirst, longing was for satsanga. The moment he entered Dandakaranya, he is looking at so many ashramas. Pravishyatu maharanyam, Dandakaranyam atmavan, Ramoda darsha durdharshaha tapasashrama mandalam. So many tapasashramas. And from every sage, every ashrama, he gets the news about another Rishi. So he goes there. And there another Rishi, he goes there. Like that, and he tells Sita, we have to thank Kaikeyi again and again. Otherwise, see all nonsense sitting in Ayodhya in doing politics. Now, idam tu amritam prahuhu rishayah paradashanaha. Rajyam va vanavaso mahodaya. He says, Vanavasa is a great blessing because so many sages, so much satsanga, and from every sage he listens about Agastya. And he moves towards south. The purpose of his walking towards south is to meet Agastya. See, you need the living presence. And that, through that, this vidya is kept alive. And the Sannyāsa yoga is to keep this vidya alive. Giving up karma, naishkarmya siddhi, and acting, doing karma with detachment as a yogi. Both Bhagavan speaks. One is you do your action without doership, as a worship, bhakti. Sri Ramanuja, in his Gita Bhashya, he speaks karma yoga as bhakti yoga. Generally, Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya is kainkaryam. So, karma yoga itself is bhakti yoga. Because without bhakti, how can you do karma yoga? It is not possible. When you have love, when you are doing this karma for Bhagavan, it is naturally becomes karma yoga. Otherwise, without expecting result, I am acting, that is mechanical. Even a machine is doing that. This mic is doing that. Fan is doing that. No result. You are not giving anything to it. So that is a dead thing. So when you worship Bhagavan through your karma, it becomes karma yoga. So that leads you to that state where one is absolutely free of karma. Naishkarmya siddhim paramam sannyasena adhigacchati. Naishkarmya bhavena vivarjita agama swayam prakasha. As Bhagavata puts it. So here, this Naishkarmya bhava is Sannyāsa yoga. Both Bhagavan reveals. But the first is Karma yoga, and then Jnanam, and then the highest zenith, where a rare being is available who is absolutely free of karma. Such a one is Jivan Mukta. He is the door through which you can see Bhagavan. Jnāni tu ātmavichāra matam. When Krishna says, Jnāni is me. He says, if you want to see me, you see a jnani, you are seeing me. No other way you can see Bhagavan. Patanjali says, who is Ishwara? He says, someone like us who is available in samsara, who has all the trouble of samsara around him, and he lives like a lotus leaf, untouched by water. There, untouched by all the troubles, in fullness, there you can see Ishwara. Klesha karma vipaka ashayihi aparamrishtaha asamsprishtaha purusha visheshaha Ishwaraha. All the klesha karma are around, but the person is untouched. And such a person, you are able to see around you, then you become inspired. The courage arises within you also. You become fearless. That is the way Ishwara is available. That is what we call as avataram. Manifestation of the divine. As a jnāni. Jnāna kalavatirnam. As Bhagavata puts it, it is jnāna kalavatara. So that when you see, that is Sannyāsa yoga. That is true Paramahamsa Sannyāsa. When you see such a one, he is a Paramahamsa. And the greatness of our Bharata Varsha is that we are able to see such beings very often. We are suffering in samsara, we have all the troubles, and suddenly we find someone standing there, as Bhagavata puts it, like an elephant standing in the river. Everywhere there is wildfire, the elephant is standing neck deep in cool water. Like that, you are seeing around you the fire of ignorance, and amidst that, you are seeing someone untouched. You look at him and you find he has no limitation. Akasha Shariram. As Humphreys put about Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he said, I looked at him and I found his body is just a channel. Window through which you can see God was radiating terrifically. That's the word he puts it. God means what? That infinitude, that purnata. Through that limited vesture, the limitless is available. Through that finite form, the infinite is available. So this is sannyasam. Jnānam, sthita prajñatva. To just reveal that to everyone in the war field, Krishna took this work of charioteer. It is not simply to teach Arjuna. Bhishma tells in Mahabharata, every time I am seeing Krishna, I feel ashamed. Although I also have all the knowledge, I could not give up joining in this nonsense of a battle. And I am fighting. He could not win over his own tendency to fight. And on the 4th day, again on the 8th day, Krishna jumped from his chariot once with a chariot wheel, another time with the shauka, that whip, towards this old man, telling, why don't you die? Fighting like this. Swanigamam apahaya matpradijñam ritamadikartum avapluto rathastaha thrita ratacharano abbeya chaladguhu haririva hantumibham gatottariyaha. He jumped out. This person is so terrible. Like wildfire he was fighting. Day and night, such an old man fighting. And this Krishna is jumping towards him with a small stick. And all the devas who are watching the battle, they say, Hato Bhishma, Hato Bhishma. Oh, Bhishma is killed, Bhishma is killed. With this cane. Totra vetraika panaye. So, and the lesson is Shanti. Why should you fight? There are better things to do. Look after the horses. That is the lesson. So, in the battlefield, his very presence is a teaching without fighting. Don't go into the details and ask questions. But you take this upama there, the representation there. In the chariot, without participating in the fight, very calm. Gopika madhyastaha iva, as Mahabharata puts it, Duryodhana himself says, what do he think about us? Are we gopikas? So that is the sign, the picture of Sthita Prajna. We will continue this Sannyāsa Yoga. We didn't enter this chapter. We will just read one verse and stop today. Arjuna Vacha Sannyāsam Karmanam Krishna
Sannyāsam Karmanam Krishna
Punaryogam cha shamsasi
Punaryogam cha shamsasi
Yat Shreya
Yetayore-kam
Tanme Bruhi Sunishitam.
Tanme Bruhi Sunishitam.
Krishna, you tell renounce. Another time you tell don't renounce, work in the world. What exactly should I do? Please give me some clear instruction. See, sages have their own way of teaching. They are not class teachers. No? One day Bhakti Yoga, another day Swami Vivekananda, he spoke to his disciples. One day he was saying, jñānam is the greatest. Next day he said, only bhakti. Another day he said, work in the world without expecting any result for the well-being of all. And someone asked Swami, yesterday you spoke bhakti, day before jnanam, today you say karma, you are confusing us. Please tell us, what should we do? Why you speak like this? He said, yesterday is yesterday, today is today. So spiritual life is moment by moment by moment. Pratibodha vititam. Now you are able, see, even in sadhana you should have this intelligence. Today morning you are able to do japam. Very good. Tomorrow you are not able to do japam. You are able to do only a little bit. After that you are able to read some good book. Today Bhagavan has given you that. One day you are able to meditate. Very good. Next day meditation is not happening. You are able to do japam, only that. Or some puja, only that. But have that daily routine, whatever prasadam. One day chundal, the other day tair sadam, the other day some sweet, whatever you get. Yadircha labha santushtaha. So moment by moment you have to learn this art of spiritual life. So tomorrow morning we will have a Vegachudamani in Tamil. 10 o'clock. Not 7 o'clock or 7:15, 10 o'clock. It's the Bengaluru morning. See, we are from Kerala, for us it starts by 3:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. First time when I came to Karnataka, many places, I found temple opens by 7 o'clock. Guruvayur, it's 3:30, they will be standing there to open the temple. So, anyway, that is 10 o'clock. Now it's already 8:10. So, lot of time to sleep. So, don't come here to continue it tomorrow. Right? We'll see. यतो ममात्मा भवसि त्वमेव ततो न वाच्यं मम किञ्चिदस्ति यथा तवेष्टं कुरु मां तथैव त्वाम् आत्मनाथं रमणं भजामि. രണ്ടത് മതി.
कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम. जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम. जयाद्य वैद्य गीते विषाद रोग भाजे प्रदत्त सर्वतापहारि दिव्य भेषजे. वेद केदार जैसी भेद खेदादि रोग नाशनेत्यंत शक्त मुक्ति भेषजा. जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम. त्वमेव माधवोक्त समस्त भेदहन्त्री सांख्य कर्म भक्ति योग मुक्ति वारिधे. सततमात्म संस्थं कलय मानसं त्वं विहाय सर्वचिन्तामिति प्रगायसि. जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम. जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम. जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम.